But today he appeared in court again for a pretrial hearing. And though the cameras were not allowed and we did not get a perp walk like this, we had eyes and ears there to see what condition he was in, which is why I now bring in Bob Motta, a Chicago attorney who hosts the Defense Diaries. It's a podcast. He's also got a YouTube channel. He was inside that courtroom all day. So, Bob Motta, which version of Richard Allen did we get today?
Hey, Ashleigh, we got the kind of evening out. He's no longer the sickly character, and he's no longer the portly guy. He actually looked kind of healthy, to be honest with you. In terms of, I've been at every hearing, his eye contact with like his wife was much different. I think that he's kind of like, if you can hit your stride in prison, I think he's hit his stride.
So let me ask you, because you're not only good at reporting, you're an attorney. So you know
Sure.
the tactics that can be used. I was thinking he was losing weight, that perhaps his attorney said, try not to look like the guy in the video on the down the hill. He's big and portly and round, just like you. Skinny down so that in front of a jury, you don't look like that guy at all. And then I thought more about the confessions. There's multiple confessions, according to the police, that he made on the phone while in jail to his wife. Do you think it's a tactic to say he was delirious? He was losing all this weight because he was sick and delirious. He was making stuff up to his wife.
I think that the more likely scenario, at least with the state's mindset, is that they found it awfully convenient that right after he made the confessions, that all of a sudden is when the defense filed its motion saying, hey, you're treating him like a prisoner of war, kind of trying to build in that maybe kind of defense as to the confessions themselves. So I think that was the play. I think whatever was going on with him in terms of his physical well-being was probably legitimate, because it's a shock to the system when you're in segregation 23 hours a day. So, but in terms of whether or not that was a strategy by the defense, that's another question, which is possible for sure.
Yeah, I think it's super fascinating. And if it is, we're playing checkers and they're playing chess. Real quickly, I noticed today that they changed the charging. They took away 2 counts of kidnapping, which I thought, holy cow, if he's the guy who at gunpoint said down the hill, that's kidnapping. But if he didn't do that, then why would you think he's the killer? But then I saw that there's an amended murder charge to say murder while committing or attempting to commit kidnapping. So is it all just a wash?
Yes, it's exactly that. They didn't need the other 2 charges were superfluous because they added like straight up murder with a kidnapping or other type of serious crime. So they didn't need the 2 extra charges. Didn't really change anything. We're at the exact same place.
Which is why I call you and why everybody who's watching right now should look at your podcast and listen to Defense Diaries, because you're very smart at this stuff. Thank you. Will you come back again?
Thanks. Of course. Always.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.